Call to order. Open Public Meeting Act, Public Law, 1975, Chapter 231. According to the Open Public Meeting Act, this meeting of December 10, 2025 was published in the Bergen Record and Herald News on January 8, 2025, and was sent to our town. The executive session meeting notice was published in the Bergen Record and Herald News on October 19, 2025. In addition, copies of said notice are and have been available to the public and are on file in the town office of the Township Clerk. May I have a roll call, please?
Committeewoman PJ is on her way, but she is absent a moment there.
All right.
Okay. Committeewoman Artola? Here. Deputy Mayor Miller?
Here.
Committeeman Chorinsky?
Here.
And Mayor Judge Corbella?
Here. Okay, next on the agenda is the authorization of Committeeman-elect Sean Smith to enter executive session. May I have a motion on that?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay. Committeewoman Chorinsky? Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chorinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Corbella?
Yes. All right, so we are going into executive session under Resolution 25-298, authorization to enter executive session, matters related to litigation, negotiation, and attorney-client privilege, matters relating to personnel. We have a motion to go into executive
Motion.
or a closed session, whichever you'd like to call it. May I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chorinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Corbella?
Yes. All right, we'll be back approximately 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Call to order. May I have a motion to come out of executive session?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second? I'll second. Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PJ?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chorinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Corbella?
Yes. May we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. So nice to see everyone here. All right, we have a few things on the agenda, just a few. Okay, so the first part is our discussion, and we're going to be talking about the dates and calendars. So I know that this was brought up, and we have a couple of samples of the calendar. Last year's calendar was a paper calendar that was done by the staff. Thank you for doing that and their time. And this year, we may be looking at something a little bit more different. I do have a copy of it somewhere. Thank you. Yeah, I got it. We looked at a couple of options here. And then we have a few of them that would be 1,000 calendars that we're looking at. That would be stapled, and that's from Ramsey Graphic at $3,988. Spiral bound is $6,530. And we have another quote from Scott Printing. Would you like to go on with the rest of the quotes?
Yes, for 1,000 pieces would be $2,250. For 500 pieces from Scott Printing, it would be $1,275, and that is for saddle stitching. Spiral binding would cost an additional $1.35 per book. Moving on to direct printing impressions, for 1,000 calendars, it would be $2,375. And for saddle stitching would be $1,732 for 1,000 calendars.
Okay.
So those are the 3 quotes that we received there.
So we want to talk a little bit about this. Mr. Miller, would you like to start?
Sure. So I think many folks in town know that calendars were always mailed out to residents in previous years. But as Mr. Pinto can speak to, this became expensive and also chaotic because some residents were not receiving calendars at all, while some residents were receiving 4 in the month of April. So this past year, we did these paper calendars that were just stapled, and that was done in-house by Michaela. Thank you so much, Michaela. And it created this process where residents picked up the calendars either at Town Hall, the library, and I believe around 500 calendars were distributed.
Correct.
So that also came with many complaints that I personally heard, just folks interacting with, simple printer paper, writing, flipping. The calendars, did not last very long. So I think that a good compromise to providing residents with a service that we've done in the past, while also not breaking the bank and also being efficient so that residents can actually have a calendar by January 1st. My opinion is this Scott Printing 500 calendars for $1,275.
So then you would want people to come and pick them up?
Yeah, I think
Same as last year?
Correct, but just a
Michaela, could you?
better calendar.
Okay, I understand. Where's Michaela? Michaela, hi. Do you remember the cost last year of the calendars that we, approximately 500?
Because we printed them in-house, so just as we use.
So the reams of paper, right? Okay. So this is, I know we got a sample of it to look at the one.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
You have it there? I have it here. Okay, here it is. Here's a sample. And this sample, of course, it's on our paper here, but it would be kind of like looking at the 2 months, one up here and one down here. This is the way we'd be looking at it. And it'd be kind of longer and taller, right? That's what we're looking to do. So the cost of it, now, I understand that we can reorder it if the 500 should run out.
Absolutely.
So that total price would be $1,275. No extra pictures, no, sorry, Chief, you can't be on this calendar this year, but, Captain, wherever you are, I swear. It would just kind of be little boxes like this that we have, and little boxes where you could fill in doctor's appointments or whatever. And that would be, also, we have dates for our meeting dates, senior meetings, recreation dates. It would give your commingle, paper for all the recycling on it, rag them up and parade them, looking at a few of these things that are listed here. So this is the first part of the calendar discussion. Anybody have any other concerns, questions, or comments?
I think the 500 is fair, and I like the price. Compared
You
to
like the
last
price?
year, it was like almost $12,000.
No, that was the year before. The year before, when we had it printed, was almost 12,000
So it's
with
like-
the mailing,
And
right?
the price is going to still go up every year.
Last year, I believe it was $500 last year. I want to go with that, with the rings of paper and stuff like that.
To print in-house?
Well, you got to figure
To
in
print in-house.
the print, the
But-
ink.
Oh, of course.
It's not including the time of personnel, right?
Absolutely.
So you have to look at that way
Right.
too. This would be sent out to a printer.
I think it's a fair
So
price.
Jim, I'm sorry,
I think the 500 pieces is fair, and the price is fair.
and as long as people,
And I'm going people come and pick them up. It's
So,
a
I
disaster
know
mailing.
what happened last year was, I brought them into the senior meeting, they got them there. People who called, I dropped some off at their house, I believe you did, I think Tommy did drop some off, I think
I did.
Matt, and I think, you did too, Gail, right? So, we're willing to help to drop them off if we have to. Now, have we always had calendars delivered, mailed to the house? No, we haven't. Because when I was younger, the Boy Scouts used to go around with the little calendars, printed on it, and we'd leave it on the door. I remember the ambulance corps doing it one year. I'm going back, where we had the little tiny calendars. But I think this is a great idea. Gail, what do you think?
I think that'll work, yeah.
Matt?
We've had issues with the mail, we've had issues with costs, so.
Yeah, one year,
I think
what was
this
it,
is worth-
last year, no, the year before, it ended up in a warehouse. Dean, right, didn't the calendars end up in a warehouse somewhere?
Yeah, correct. They're on a tractor trailer outside the Teterboro, actually right next to the Costco. There's a U.S. Postal Service facility, and they were sitting on a trailer on a pallet for like 3 to 4 weeks before somebody could find them and tell us.
Right, so people didn't get them right away.
No.
This way, I think, how long would it take to order? Do you think something like this?
As soon as final approval is sent in, normal turnaround is 7 to 10 business days.
So maybe we can even get it done before the end of the year. If you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Do we have to take any vote on that? Or
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we want a resolution to do that. So if I'm looking at this I'm gonna jump in with the resolution right now.
Yeah, just have a motion to approve the purchase of
you go.
calendars from whoever the vendor is, whatever the amount is.
So we're looking at the vendor of Scott Printing. Is that what I'm looking at here?
Correct.
May I have a motion to approve the 500 piece at $1,275?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Okay. Committeewoman Tucci?
Yes.
Committeewoman Urkola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chouinski?
Yes.
Mayor George Carvello?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes.
Okay, second part of the calendar. We're looking at the meeting dates. I have that here too. So I know that one of the, I'm sorry? Can you hear me? Oh, wait. Sorry. How's that? Is that better? Okay, great, thank you. So we just approved doing the calendar for $1,275, and hopefully we can get it in 2 weeks, maybe before the end of the year. It's 500 calendars. You can pick them up here. And it kind of looks like this kind of calendar, but in a nicer, I believe it's glossy. It's kind of glossy, so you'll see it a little bit nicer. The second part of this calendar discussion is the dates. So we have the dates here. One of the concerns is meeting date is on Veterans Day. I'm not a big fan of having it on Veterans Day. If anybody else has a concern about that, I'd like to move it.
Yeah, no, I see, yeah, sorry.
Do you have it? Next to these?
Yeah.
Um,
I see it there.
so yeah, we have it on November 11th.
Yeah.
Get the calendar. Let's see. So if we're looking at to change it.
Could do November 18th,
We
the following
could.
week.
That is leap week.
That's
Oh.
What's the
yeah.
week before?
First Wednesday of the month?
First Wednesday of the month, the 4th? Because the following is Thanksgiving.
So we can't do League Week, which is the 18th.
And then the last week is right before Thanksgiving.
And yeah, it's right, the day before Thanksgiving. And no, we all have to, so I'm thinking November 4th. We don't have to have it on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
You could change it to, Tuesday if you wanted to. I mean, what do you
Well, the
your
election
ideas
is
are?
Tuesday the 3rd.
Monday?
Yeah,
Monday's better for you?
First, Monday the 9th? Is that the second?
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Monday the 9th?
Monday the 9th?
That is the Monday.
Second Monday.
yeah, I mean, I won't be here, but,
Second Monday.
the conflict,
You still have a vote.
I still have a vote,
Yes.
but the conflict is usually our professionals because they're
Well,
at
he
different
just said the
places.
night.
But, that would just be the biggest concern of switching the night.
Okay.
So the new schedule would have to be,
Voted at reorg. You could discuss it.
we're discussing it.
Yeah.
But are you available to do, if
I think the second Monday of the month, yes.
a Monday, would you let us know for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know there's a conflict with, Tommy in February, yeah?
Yes.
So,
Last week of February, I will not be in town. So if we're able to do Wednesday, February 18th, as that second meeting in February, that'd be great if everybody's available.
well, that's Ash Wednesday.
Oh, okay, so then,
Just letting, I mean, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
if,
Wednesday of the month.
oh, actually, that's
That's the third one?
the
third-
third Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
so we have it,
Second, what about the first Wednesday?
well, the February, we
First
have
Wednesday.
February 11th,
How about the fourth Wednesday?
That's when I'm gone.
25th.
Oh,
That's when
you're
he's
going
gone.
the third to the fourth Wednesday.
I'm here the second and third Wednesday.
The second Wednesday works.
We're already meeting the second, yeah.
So we're meeting the second Wednesday.
Yes.
What's the matter?
We've had it on Ash Wednesday before.
I have it.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
I just want to make sure everybody's aware of it.
yeah.
Doesn't matter? No, we could do Ash Wednesday. I don't
All
think
right,
there's a
let's
problem
do
with it. Jen?
I'm good.
Good? Okay. So then that would be looked at,
2 weeks. Okay.
where's my pen keep going away from me? 218. So we're going to do the 218. All right, let's get this down. So it's February 11th and February 18th. So that's 2 weeks in a row,
That makes sense.
right? You're good?
You think you need it back then?
I don't know if you need it.
I would put it in
Well,
there.
yeah, let's keep it for now.
And then we
But if
could,
you always can't-
I always cancel it.
It's meetings leading up to the budget, so.
Oh, the budget's really due in May.
Let's
For
go.
May, so, I mean, I would say that,
No, keep it, you can always cancel.
Right.
Yeah.
we'd have to advertise that with canceling, changing it, okay. And then in November, we decided which day in November?
Right.
The 9th. So November 9th. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be here March 25th. Just going to let you know. Ahead of time. Way ahead of time. It's my birthday and I might not be here. So just letting you know, unless I have a cake. Anyway. All right. So any other dates that we're looking at to change? Everybody's still good with the one date in November and the one date in December?
And August.
And the one day in August, the one day in July. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, and in the past, we didn't have to do it this year, but in years past, if something came up, we had issued a meeting as needed.
We can.
Yeah.
Always?
Yeah.
Yes. Great, so we're good with this? Perfect, let's move on then.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
All right, so now the next thing is planting and growing bamboo. I don't know if Mike is here. Oh, there's Mike. Mike, could you come up, please, and have a seat? Mike Warren is with our shade tree and environmental. Here's the commissioner of both. I asked him to just give a little quick talk about it. Mike, you could sit down if you wanted to. Is it on?
It's on now.
Okay.
Should be on. Hello? Okay.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Michael Warren, 181 West Oldest Street. I still have the ordinance for the bamboo. Just got to tell you, I know it's a nuisance. And if it's grown in the wild, it can grow fast, quickly, wildly, and perhaps cause some damage to fencing, etc. So, I was asking the Township Committee if you would carve out some language, though, for people who do like to grow it in a contained pot or an area. It is quite pretty, and it does add some green space to parts where maybe there's no green space, mainly where there's a lot of cement or whatever. But if you grow it in a self-contained pot, there's no chance for it to spread quickly elsewhere. So I was hoping if you guys would, if you're going to consider the ordinance for to ban bamboo, I get it. Speaking with the arborist, also, it is a nuisance plant. It grows quickly and it gets out of control. But if it's contained in a pot or a planter, it doesn't have anywhere to go, and it is a pretty plant to look at. So, just asking you guys to consider that. So,
Great.
that's it, really. So
Thank
that's
you.
all I got for you guys.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so much. So this is an ordinance that actually was brought up by Ms. Otola, who said that, because there's concerns, there's somebody that you happen to know, that it seems to be lifting. I know that lifting garages, lifting sidewalks, lifting other things, and it grows under. I think the administrator also said something problem with bamboo. A few towns have banned it, totally.
They banned it because it's very fast growing, which is why people plant it for privacy. If you drive along the highways, homes that face the highway, they plant it to block the view of the highway. However, because it grows so fast and it spreads into other people's property. And it's very expensive to remove. Because it grows so fast, you have to get it under the root, and people have had to spend thousands of dollars. So one of the concerns is that when somebody wants to sell their house, when it's banned, the previous owners have to pay to get it removed before the selling of the house, because then the new owner is stuck with it. So that's one of the drivers as to why towns are banning it.
Got it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Anyone else? So I think the best thing to do is to take this into consideration, and we can maybe introduce an ordinance, but with Mr. Warren's suggestion of it being in a contained, I don't know how we would, in contained area, planter, somewhere that it's not going to invade other properties, something to that fact. You gave us an example of one from, I believe, Fairlawn, was it? I read into it, but if you look at it, it is a pretty plant, but it's in containing.
Well, to Gail's point, it makes bad neighbors.
Most factors, yeah.
I mean, because it is very difficult to get rid of, and it takes over
But I don't know
the
if
adjoining properties. Wherever, the more the one neighbor has, the more pervasive it becomes. You can control it if you do Warren said, if they're in a pot, but if they're in the ground, there's no controlling it.
Right, and if you happen to dump the pot and it roots, I mean, you know, having it, people have it in their homes, they sell the little bamboo plants and it's very cute. A lot of people have it as an indoor plant. So then, of course, it's contained.
But I think this would also not only be for residential, but any kind of commercial.
Oh, no, it's for all
Right?
properties. Yes,
For all
absolutely.
properties?
Yeah.
Right, you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, is everybody okay? We'll explore that?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
If I may, Mayor, real quick?
Yes, please.
So section 1 of the Fair Lawn Ordinance actually states the root system of such, and it's an exception to this rule. The root system of such running bamboo is entirely contained within an above-ground planter and located so is entirely to prevent the spread or growth. So that language is in there, to Mr. Warren's point. And I have this issue with my current home, with a neighbor with bamboo, and it's lifted my shed, it's lifted my sidewalk, and yeah, I wish my borough would do the same ordinance. But yeah, that language is in there, and I think that does help.
Great. So we're going to explore that for this January, right? And we'll move forward from there. Okay, so we have a discussion of the conversion of police officer to permanent status, and that's Paul
Hammersmith.
Hammersmith.
Right, the hammer. Yeah,
Where is he? There's Paul, back there. So conversation. Now I'm going to call you chief.
Sure, Mayor.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul's completed 1 year of service, and this is traditionally, we place every new hire on a 1-year probationary period. We've reached out to the captain's office, to all the patrol supervisors, asking if, Paul has met our minimum need, and he's not only met that, but exceeded it. So we're very happy to ask this committee to take him off the probationary status and make him a permanent officer.
Any comments?
It's great news. Year goes by fast.
It does go by fast. You remember interviewing, right?
Yeah.
Not fast enough sometimes. I can tell you that I have had a couple of people approach me about Paul, who are were very pleased in his actions and attitude and what he did for them. And was very respectful and helped them tremendously. Thank you, Paul, for doing that. I remember there was an incident that not too long ago that involved my daughter, and you had no idea that was my daughter, and you were very respectful toward her. And I don't even know if I told you that was my daughter. And she said, this tall guy, Hammer or something, and I was like, I know who that is. And you helped her out. So she was very, and that's personal for me. But all our officers, I believe, have been very, very good with our community. Just even stopping by and saying hi. I was out front a week ago, and Officer Colombini stopped by. How you doing? Just to say hi. And do you need help? And I'm going to be honest with you, just getting the report, because I am the police liaison, and I look at this report, and I know you all get this report from the police department, and they do a lot. And I understand that, it's not an easy job. A lot of jobs aren't easy jobs, but sometimes you have to, understand that they also go through a lot of stress, mental, physical stress, and they have a big, big job to fulfill to protect our residents of Rochelle Park. And I can't commend them more at this point than I can right now. And thank you, Paul, for doing what you're doing. And I'm glad that you're on the agenda. Can't believe it's a year.
Through the chair, Mayor, if I may?
Yes, please.
Committeeman Truinsky asked that Paul come up so he could shake his hand.
Come on up, Paul.
I think so too.
Congratulations.
All right. So So Paul is on our agenda here for approving of that also. Under the resolution, I believe it's under here, yeah, a resolution 300 for approval also. So, thank you, Paul. What do we have next? Oh, the RFQs. Would you like to speak about that, Ms. Gina?
Yes, Mayor. So we've received the RFQs back for 2026, and there were a couple of positions that we received no responses for. It's for the alternate public defender, janitorial services, FEMA grant writer, and we'd like to also go out for,
Public alternate.
as well.
yes, an alternate prosecutor and pest control services. So if the Township Committee would like for me to re-advertise for those positions, I will do so accordingly.
Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, advertising would be how long?
I can get in the paper for probably next Wednesday, have them due back in 2 weeks so that we have it ready for reorganization.
That's what we need for. Thank you. Okay, we're all good with that? Matt?
Yeah, motion.
So I need, can I
I'll
have a
make the
motion?
motion.
Can I have a second, please? To re-advertise for this RFQ.
I'll second.
That were mentioned. And can I have a roll call, please?
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Cavallo?
Yes, thank you. So now we have correspondence, and the first one is email from Mr. Dominic Pizzuto regarding an event on Susquehanna Avenue. Would you read that, Ms. Kim, please?
Okay, this is from Mr. Pizzuto. Chief Pinto, I recently watched the township meeting that took place on Wednesday, November 13th, and I wanted to address one particular statement made regarding our local police response to the incident on Susquehanna Avenue. I was present that night and was also an individual who called police when a very large group of kids gathered at a house on our street. I want to make it clear that the Rochelle Park Police Department responded almost immediately after my call. Even while dealing with another situation on the opposite side of town, the officers arrived quickly, cleared the street the best they could, and continued to return until the entire group had dispersed. As a resident who witnessed the response firsthand, I do not appreciate the false or misleading information that was presented during the meeting by one of our residents. The officers on duty that night did a terrific job, and their professionalism and timely response deserve to be acknowledged. Thank you to you and your team for the work that you do for our community every day. Respectfully, Dominic Pizzuto.
Thank you, Mr. Pizzuto, for sending that letter. Again, we're acknowledging our police department doing a great job. And I appreciate you straightening out the story that was being said. Thank you for sending that. Our next one is correspondence. We have is the New Jersey DOT award letter for $129,561 for Chestnut Avenue and Lincoln Road improvements. Mr. Administrator?
Correct. Mayor, again, we originally applied for a different version of this grant 2 years ago, 2 years ago. It was denied, so we applied for this version of it, and obviously it was approved for $129,561. It'll go towards the Chestnut Ave and Lincoln Road improvements, so this committee desire to move forward with it. I believe that job estimated around $460,000 or $500,000, but we'll follow up after the new year, depending upon who our engineer is, and we'll go from there.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody's good so far with that? Yes?
Yes.
Great. Okay. The next one is the Senate Energy and Water Bill, $500,000 for year of 2026 for the Lower Saddle River flooding. This is the one that I ended up, with everybody's help, but, I ended up having to talk to somebody, and next thing we know, we're on with $500,000. Chief, or whoever has the correspondence, would you read? Oh, I'm sorry, Christina, you have the correspondence?
Yes, so this was sent by Matt Thompson who's part of the staff of Booker's office. The Senate Energy and Water Bill text was released a few days ago, and it includes the $500,000 for the Lower Saddle River as requested and based off the Army Corps' capabilities for fiscal year 26. We will continue to keep you updated as we hope to see progress on a larger spending bill in Congress, but I wanted to make sure you had the update that this congressionally directed spending request is in a good spot right now. Thank you, Matt.
Very good. So that's Matt from Cory Booker's office.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes, please.
So again, this was facilitated through a phone call that you were able to set up with Cory Booker's office. It's the most correspondence I've had with any of our federal partners, and they continue to reach out. This $500,000 will go towards the Army Corps of Engineers actually completing a study that I believe was started many, many years ago. We've heard numerous times from the Army Corps of Engineers that they're only going to go where federal funds send them. So it's encouraging that Mr. Thompson also mentions that he's looking forward to a larger spending bill, which will keep our fingers crossed, and I know I'll keep the pressure on.
Wonderful. And then, are you going to speak about Route 80? Or-
I was going to do it during my
No,
administrative
during-
report, but I can do
No, we'll wait for that for one
Sure.
second, because we have the next thing here is let's see, we have the adoption of the minutes. Can I have a motion to adopt the minutes from work and public session November 12th, 2025, and executive session November 12th, 2025? May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chouinski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Covello?
Yes. So next is the approval of the agenda. Now, I just want to switch around a few things because I'm looking at different things here. Before we do the administrative committee, attorney, and clerk report, I'd like to see if we could do the presentation for the police. Are you guys set up to do that? To do that first, Jim, Mr. Dakota? Yeah? Why don't we do that first? Then we'll do the plaque for Gail for her many years of service. And then we'll go into our reports. Is that okay with everybody if we switch that up? That's why I'm changing it. I'm changing the agenda a little before. Is that okay to change it to, okay, great. With those changes, may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chouinski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Covello?
Yes, thank you. Okay, so let's start off with the police presentation. Please. We have Captain DePretta, Kowski.
And Lieutenant Kukowski and Lieutenant Bermudez.
Oh, he's over there, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We get shorter.
All right, good evening, everybody. Should we direct it towards,
The audience is fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
so we're here just to talk about the future of our police department. We're going to make a quick presentation about some of our needs and what we're looking to do in 2026 in the future. A lot of it's based on retirement planning, so we're going to go through the slides. Lieutenant Bermudez and Lieutenant Kowski here with us. They're going to jump in and give us some updates. So I want to start out by letting you know that this is not a presentation to add to our current staff. This is just to maintain what we currently have. How to increase the size of the police department, looking to fill the ranks from below from what we already have. So currently, there is the table of organization for 2025 encompasses the police chief, the captain, 3 lieutenants, 2 of which are assigned to the platoon, our aim to keep platoon, and 1 lieutenant is assigned to support the FRO. We have 5 sergeants. 4 of them are assigned to patrol squads, 1 is assigned to the detective bureau, and we have 14 patrol officers, 12 of which are assigned to the patrol division, 1 is in the traffic division, and 1 is in the detective bureau. That's a total of 24 support officers. What we are proposing for 2026 is to maintain these ranks. So in February 1st, Lieutenant Stapleton will be retiring. With that said, we want to maintain what we have right now, which is 1 police chief, 1 patrol captain. We want to keep the lieutenant's ranks at 3, 2 platoon, and what we're proposing tonight is that you create an operational position. We're going to explain to you why an operational position is necessary during the current times of policing. So we will, with the lieutenant spot, we will open up a sergeant slot, so we want to maintain 5 sergeants, 4 patrol, 1 assigned to the detective bureau and the commander of the bureau. We also want to maintain 14 patrol officers, 12 of which in patrol, 1 assigned to the traffic division, somebody as the traffic officer who just maintains traffic enforcement, 1 in the detective bureau, and then we are in the process of adding a part-time SLEO officer who is going to be solely assigned to the school to provide school security for our students. And that potential candidate is here with us tonight, actually. Get a chance to introduce him a little bit here. And throw some chats up.
I'm trying to see what it is.
So, with that said, the 24 patrol officers that we have now and that we want to maintain, I want to remind everybody that falls far below our updated table of organization. Back in 2024, when we presented to the Township Committee that we were looking to expand our ranks, the Township Committee actually offered to us that we should, with the ever-growing composition of the town, that we should increase our availability to have officers. So the town will allow us to have up to 1 police chief, 1 captain, up to 4 lieutenants, we have 3, up to 6 sergeants, where we have 5, and the table organization allows for 16 patrol officers. We currently have 14. So why do we need this? We're going to explain why right now. As you said, Lieutenant Stapleton, many of you know, he grew up in town, he's retiring February 1st. He is a guru when it comes to IT and technology. He's been running a lot of our internal systems, that includes our dispatches. He's our terminal agency coordinator, which basically handles all the computer systems that allow us to track missing persons, wanted persons throughout the country and throughout the state. He will be retiring, and that is an opening we need to fill. One of many license plate leaders, which you see around town, that run plates, they take pictures of our images of cars that run through traffic. As you know, this time of year traffic is insane, and we are able to track everything that goes around throughout the township based on him being a license plate leader and coordinator. He's currently our training coordinator. Training standards have gone tenfold from where they used to be. The state AG has mandated that we train in about 10 different areas that it's not negotiable. We have to patrol officers on the road, we have to train on almost a daily basis nowadays. He was our training coordinator, we're proposing that we create an operational position who can manage that. He's one in contact with all information technology. Basically, that means that 4 o'clock in the morning, when our computer-aided dispatch system goes down, we would call him and say, hey, we need somebody to prepare this, because the alternative, and we'll get into that later, is that we call a contracted service. They charge us by the hour. We call our officers. They are a salaried employee that will fill that void for us and fix a lot of things. We have officers within our ranks that are technologically sound, but they need to be put in a position to be able to answer those questions and be able to. He's also a point of contact for our computer-based dispatch, our 911 systems, and all of our telephone systems. All our telephone systems seem simple, are now all internet-based. So when the internet goes down, we lose 911, we lose the availability to answer emergency calls. So it's all very important, and it's someone that needs to be fully dedicated to that and not have other responsibilities. So the operational position that we're proposing, this will be a lieutenant that will manage our civilian dispatchers. We currently have 4 full-time dispatchers that work around the clock. They work holidays. We have 1 per diem dispatcher. They have to be trained, they have to be scheduled, they have to be maintained within the police department. We need somebody that can watch over that division full-time. In addition to that, our school marshals. The school marshals that you see crossing children around town, they fall under the police department. They need to be scheduled, they need to be trained, and they need to be recruited. It's very difficult to maintain them right now. We have 1 substitute or 2 substitutes? 1 substitute. 1 substitute. So when a crossing guard calls out sick, the police officers will cover that post. So we need somebody that is able to full-time manage that position, because they are out sick quite often, and there's nowhere to draw from once they are out sick, except for police force. The operational lieutenant is also proposed to be the manager of records. Records is extensive now. It's electronic and it's physical. I'm going to have Lieutenant Kukowski explain to you exactly what every document, but we're overwhelmed with Oprah requests nowadays. The Oprah machine allows anonymous complaints to come in left and right, and we have to fulfill them. Every single call that our police officers go on, they are attending that with a police camera. If 4 officers are on that call, that means there's 4 cameras there. When an Oprah request comes in and we have to provide that footage to the public, we have to redact it, because we have to remove sensitive information. We have to remove juvenile faces, we have to remove, if you hold your license, we have to remove that license from the picture. It's very, very time consuming. I'm going to let Lieutenant talked about that, but he does that on a daily basis, and it's very difficult.
Thank you, Captain. So over requests, and I'll try to hit the point of why it's time consuming, but I'll kind of roll back a little bit, explain what an open request is. An open request basically is a request from a civilian, not an attorney, because an attorney's request for records and discovery, but a civilian's request for public records. And the state has an interest in giving residents transparency, and so therefore they're allowed to request a lot of things. There are certain exemptions for requests like medical records and stuff like that, so there are exemptions, and certain things, when a civilian requests a record, needs to be redacted or taken out. So let's say someone requests, or frequently it'll be a request for paper records, and mobile video camera, which is the cameras in the cars, and also body-worn cameras for all officers involved. That's similar to what an open request would typically be. All paper records and all video records. So how do we redact paper records? Basically, first we have to go into something called the Daniels Law portal, because under Daniels Law, certain people are protected. Came from the judge that was shot in, I think it was in Essex County. But they developed a portal where certain people have protections from Oprah, people finding out their address and stuff. So first you check the Daniels Law portal to see if they're a Daniels Law participant. So if they're a Daniels Law participant, they would be exempt under Oprah. But not a Daniels Law participant, then you would start the redaction process, and that would be redacting or blocking out people's phone numbers, date of birth, social security numbers, mugshot photos, something like that. A video request for the body-worn camera portion, it's a matter of not only muting an officer saying someone's date of birth over the radio, or other radio chatter going on, where it might say something, someone's sensitive information, or a social security number, but also blurring out anything that's sensitive. So maybe blurring out a juvenile, maybe an officer goes to a nursing home or a school. So all those faces of juvenile or patients at a nursing home needs to be blurred out. And so what this entails is basically downloading the videos. You download the videos from our server. It's downloaded onto my computer, and if it's uploaded, it has to get uploaded to a redaction server. So that takes some time too. So that could take probably an hour itself to download these multi-gig files. So a typical open request would probably split like 40 gigs of data. So that gets uploaded to the redaction portal. Then you have to watch the video. And as you watch the video, you would tag certain places where you need to either blur something out or redact the audio and just make it either solid or make it beat. During that time period where the officer maybe has a social security number, or the officer is holding someone's passport or driver's license. And what is very time consuming is that if there's 4 officers there, and it could be, and between the mobile video cameras and also the body-worn cameras, it could be 10, 12 videos just for one case. And we were getting about 10 a week. We stopped doing the water because it was just so overwhelming. And it probably went down to about 5 or 6 per week. But someone would also request, let's say, I want a list in Excel of all your arrests for 2024, just a list of your arrests. So that all has to be compiled in Excel or whatever, and exported and given to the requester.
And the reason this is important is because this is pulling all our officers off the road. So we're trying to make sure that we have people available to the township, but we're now being bogged down by
On average, how long does it take you for an arrest? Mobile video and by and by sheet and report would probably be probably about 12 hours. So I'm doing across multiple days. I can do it all day. So
and this is just one grade out. So he's also, as a lieutenant, we have to monitor our confidential system. He was a record clerk and a civilian employee. He doesn't have the same knowledge that we have as police officers, so we have to constantly be checking her work and making sure that it matches the confidentiality standards that we have.
And also, she's overwhelmed with other stuff too. She's, does firearms, 2 firearms background investigations, case files. Case files is also intensive where each case that we do, each poll that we go on requires a report. That report requires a case file. That case file has to be, have a detailed date, a time, and a retention period. So every case requires a different retention period. So an arrest may be 75 years, a motor vehicle stop may be 2 years. Motor vehicle accident may be 3 years. So if you want retention and also destroy those records too when it's time. So you fill out a form, you have to send it to the state, you have to wait for approval from the state through this articles portal. And then once you get approved, you can destroy those records. So, we're constantly making records and destroy records.
Another task is internal affairs. Nowadays, when news and social media became an issue, people have increased their internal affairs complaints. So we constantly get complaints that all the fact frivolous that are ruled out by our body camera footage. Another thing is moving officers from the street. It's causing us to be bogged down inside to review these cameras, to review these complaints. And when there is a warranted investigation, it's full-fledged police investigation that is also removing us from the street.
And these can't just be anybody. The internal affairs officer can't be just anybody. They have to be trusted members of the police department of sufficient rank. So if you were to say, well, I can't patrol and do an internal affairs investigation, they cannot.
Some of the other responsibilities that are occurring off the road are communicating with our vehicle upfitters, guards, and we're getting guards, guards are contracted security service. They have constant contact with them. Background checks. We internally in the headquarters, we are doing background checks, not just for new police officers, but for all employees department-wide. That includes volunteers, that includes people that are entering board. We are constantly testing, checking them, background them, and investigating them, make sure that they're safe for the township. Traffic Bureau. Traffic Bureau is supervised by our lieutenants also, so that's something that requires an extensive amount of attention. We work on quality control for towers. The lieutenants also are working on junk titles. They have traffic services and they call and make a complaint. We conduct a full survey. We do all this all again off the road, away from residents. There is comprehensive township motor vehicle license inspection. We have to run and periodically check all the employees' licenses to make sure that they are sound and not suspended. Benefits. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. So how adding to our ranks and maintaining what we have is going to benefit the township. No, just replacing what we're currently using. So again, what we talked about was our start in 2025 has billed us for $8,260. That's $145 an hour. Every time that we have a computer issue, we have to call DART and have them correct it. Having somebody dedicated as an IT specialist within our department who is on the salary is not going to cost an extra amount of money will greatly benefit the department because we can rely on that officer rather than having to call that outside service. If we don't have somebody that's dedicated to that, we anticipate that these numbers will be fell over because everything that we have in our headquarters, every system we use is computer-based. When one computer goes down, we need to replace that and we have to do it immediately. It's not waiting until 7 a.m. the next morning. It has to be done immediately. So the newly created in 2025 is traffic officer. We were looking for a new assignment to award an officer with, to kind of change the pace, but also to enlighten the neighborhoods and the communities about traffic enforcement, educate our residents, educate motorists, and it also brings in revenue for the town, so brings in a lot of revenue. Year to date, our traffic officer has issued 1,035 summonses. If you compare that to 2024's court revenue, we were only able to study 10 months, even though the numbers weren't out yet, but through 2024, through October 2024, we took in $137,000 in court revenue. By adding this one position as a traffic officer, we were able to increase that by $50,000 to $187,855. That position is in jeopardy because if we don't replace the outgoing lieutenant, we will now have to reassign that traffic officer to be now short-handed in the police department. That's another $50,000, if not more. We're anticipating that number to climb the last couple months because December, if you look at that window, traffic is intense right now, so that number is only going to go up from here. So we need to keep that traffic officer in place for safety, for revenue, for enforcement details. Department morale. We see our guys here today. It means a lot to them. Change in policing. You know, when you join the police force 20 years ago, they told you in the academy to use a lottery. When you join the police force now, they have classes on how to retain officers because retention and retirement is a big issue for police officers. It's a different environment. We recruit through many different sources now. We have an application that's online that gives us much more outreach. We used to have to just put an ad in the newspaper, put a post on the newspaper, on social media posts, and people would flood our department looking for jobs. That's not the case anymore. We have to go out looking for good employees. So to know that they're going to have their ranks replaced, to know that they're going to have the opportunity for upward mobility, that's going to re-energize our department. It's something that we could use, and it's going to allow us to maintain our officers, which we all have acknowledged tonight is a very strong force, and we want to keep that intact. So in 2024, just a year ago, we made a presentation about why we wanted to bring ourselves up to 24, which is what we're trying to maintain now. A couple of things that were highlighted in there is the increase in crime, the increase of time that we're spending on calls. Calls are a lot more time consuming. In that study, which is just 1 year ago, we talked about oil theft. Oil theft in this town have increased by 175%. Well, alcohol-related commitments. So after COVID, alcoholism became a major issue. Our alcohol commitments and alcohol-related calls have increased by 88%. Dispersals, juveniles and juvenile law has changed. A lot of that comes, juveniles aren't as respectful of the police as they used to be. So we are constantly dispersing. We read a letter tonight about, a party that was probably 500 kids in the street. We had another party on the other side of town that had, it looked like Yankee Stadium without, and they flooded our streets. We were constantly dispersing kids, and those kids do unfortunately do not respect us the way they did back in the 90s and the early 2000s. It's a different era now. Domestic violence, again, with COVID, a lot more people have joined into the same homes. There's a lot of multi-families now, and if that becomes conflicts, our domestic violence incidents have gone up 200%. That's an enormous increase. And that is, again, part of the reason why we need officers on the streets. Juvenile complaints, again, our juvenile complaints are up 84%. And violent crime and weapons offenses. Everybody's familiar with the Ramada Inn, violent crime and weapons offenses. That's up 33%. Total calls for service. This is a telling number. If you look at 2022, this is the total, every call that is logged to our police department is registered in our CAD system, which will be managed by our IT specialist. In 2022, we had 12,544 calls. A year later, that increased to 13,239. Last year, that number jumped almost 4,000 to 17,011. We're not making these numbers up. The calls are increasing rapidly, and we need officers to maintain those numbers. And again, this is just a reminder that the study that we created in 2024, it still applies. Everything that we talked about then is still existing. Officers are still facing that daily. One new thing that's coming up is going to really affect our police department this year is the 2026 FIFA soccer team. It's not a sports fan. FIFA is the biggest sport in the world. It blows American football away. The amount of people that are going to flood Bergen County for the FIFA tournament this July is astronomical. The state police is estimating 1.2 million visitors will come to Bergen County that were not already here. There will be fan fest and pop-up events, meaning there's going to be parties, there's going to be watch events that are bringing rowdy fans that are excited, happy, or sad based on how their team goes. All of those events we're going to require a police response because half of those fans are going to be unhappy. Our Ramada Inn is 6.8 miles from the event venue. Every hotel in this area is going to be flooded with visitors. They're going to be stacking up in the hotels, they're going to be partying, they're going to be drinking, and we're going to be called. So we need to be available to them. 48 countries will be represented by this tournament. There was a couple of our detectives went to a New Jersey threat assessment on that. One of the inside info that we got back about a year ago about this was the best advice that the colonel of the state police could give us is if you have your time to retire as a police officer, I suggest you retire before 2026 because the FIFA tournament is going to be a major drain on policing. So, that's very telling. And he did. He's retiring on December. So we expect a extreme crowd control issues, a surge in population, and I don't think a lot of it's going to be possible. Here's the bread and butter of this. What's it going to cost? So the outgoing salary of the lieutenant will cost $190,000. When he retires, we will have to pay the first month, which is $14,000. In order to accomplish everything that we're looking to accomplish tonight, that will encompass hiring a SLEO officer. The SLEO officer will make approximately $61,000 a year. He's hourly. He's not going to pay when he's not work. There are 180 school days in a year. They pay $42.50 for that day. The school board, as part of our interlocal agreement, will pay half of that. It'll be approximately $32,000 of that salary will be paid. So it's only an addition of $29,000. A new officer who has his college education, you get that bonus for that, will get paid approximately $56,000. The The cost to promote a sergeant to lieutenant is approximately $200, and to promote a patrolman to sergeant is approximately $37,000. That's $131,000. The cost of the outgoing lieutenant again is $190,000. So, in summary, in order to maintain public safety, cultivate community outreach, ensure school security, keep pace with training requirements and annual employment, records requests, administrative tasks, and IT basis, we simply ask the mayor and committee to maintain our current staffing, and that would entail hiring a probationary officer to replace a retired officer, upgrading a sergeant to the vacant lieutenant position, and elevating a patrolman to a newly vacated sergeant position. And that will still save you $44,000. So we can do everything that we just asked for. We can maintain public safety. We can be prepared for the future and still save the town $44,000. And then our last slide, and we'll take a little more time. That's us. We're part of the community. We've upgraded our community outreach tenfold. We are not just hired guns out in the streets. We're people that are here and available to you. You know our names. We're not just faces. We're not just police cars. We're officers that you can approach. We're officers that you can talk to. And then we're just asking you to maintain what we have right now.
All right. Thank you very much for that presentation. Anybody have questions or concerns or, yes?
I do have a question. So, the lieutenant that is retiring, he was in the school. Now that he's currently not in the school right this second, who is in the school? Okay, so, gotcha. So lieutenant was in the school, now another lieutenant is replacing him. So now that we are putting a SLAO in the school, how does that sort of logic hold to add another lieutenant?
I can answer that very well.
Come on over here so we can hear you, please.
Me and Lieutenant Stapleton, we're doing 2 jobs at once. If you want to talk about burnout, I can tell you in the last 4 months how stressful it's been trying to maintain being professional in the school while doing my normal lieutenant duties. I know Lieutenant Stapleton's not here tonight, but he can tell you the same thing. It was trying to be that school safety officer and balance his training coordinator and everything else he was responsible for. So a lot of the times we have to grab someone off the road to come cover us so we can run back here and do what we have to do. Basically, we did what we do best. We made it work while I was there. I mean, the ideal thing is having a SLAO completely dedicated that can spend all his time, because I'm sure if you go to school, I can tell you, like, I do as much as I can. Jen, you know, I'm constantly with the kids, but at a certain point, I know I have to go to my office and I have to meet certain things that I have to get done for the month, and sometimes I have to have someone else come in there and cover me.
Lieutenant Peters is one of our 2 platoon lieutenants. We currently don't have a platoon lieutenant. He's missing. The 8 platoon is without supervision because he's in the school right now fulfilling that point. So.
And he could be out on the road when.
Yes, he's available obviously for anything.
But when he's in the school, we lose that opportunity.
Easy.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask you guys, I did notice the numbers that you provided. I also noticed, though, that it sounds like calls to service are down this year compared to last year. I also believe their arrests are down this year compared to last year. The numbers that I have, you guys had close to 18,000 calls to service last year. Right now, you're close to 15,000. It's a margin of about 3,000 calls. Arrests, I'm seeing about nearly 400 last year. Right now, you're about 200. But last month, you only had 6. What do you think the reason for that is?
Yeah, I mean, we're down manpower right now. We have 3 officers that are currently removed from the ranks, so our staffing is minimal. We have 2 guys on the road on a routine basis. They're fending for themselves, backing each other up. They don't have the availability and freedom to be proactive because we're at a minimum. You know, like we were talking about the other day, there was 2 officers that responded to a 500-person party while there was another call going on the other side of town. We just don't have the freedom and the manpower to be proactive like we want to be.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also noticed the 911 calls are down pretty significantly as well. Nearly 4,000 last year, 2,000 this year. This is just data that I'm noticing. I was just curious if you guys had any thoughts about it.
There's ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
You know, the future looks like it's going to be on the upside again, and just with the FIFA tournament, I think that's going to see enough.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mr. Miller, do you think that I know that they're want to keep the rank, but do you think that a lot of these things are down because of our police officers being out there and being proactive already?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that this touches on why we added the extra police officer February of last year.
Right. So I think what they're trying to do is make us look to see, and I appreciate the presentation, because they want to keep that. So to keep this going down.
Absolutely.
But what we're going to do is we'll talk about this, take this into consideration. We'll have to all discuss it. And then, we appreciate your presentation
And
tonight.
at the end of the day, we're not asking for more. We're just asking to maintain what we have so we can stay
Understood.
effective and take care of the residents.
Thank
That's
you.
our- Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so, I'm sorry, I have on the agenda, we have our SLEO here. I think I see Joe's in the back there. Is
Yep.
that the SLEO 3?
So Joe, you mind coming up,
Come on
real
up here,
quick?
Joe.
So,
So would you please talk a little bit about him?
sure, Joe Katzak comes retired from the Passaic County Sheriff's Department, where he did a full career. Spent some time in corrections and moved to Patrol Division, and then later on in his career was responsible for the maintenance and security of the Passaic County Courthouse. He spent a lot of years on the CERT team, which is the Special Emergency Response Team. Gives him obviously a leg up on active killer type situations and how to respond to those type of things and keep our school and our all the attendees and staffing there safe. He was one of 9 original applicants. We conducted 2 rounds of interviews. We included several board members as well as the superintendent of schools and the principal on those interviews, as well as the mayor joined us. And we came down to a final list of 3. And our obvious unanimous pick amongst all the people involved in the interviews, as I know you are, was as well, Mayor, was Joe. So we're very happy to welcome Joe, have him a part of our team. He most recently works for the Borough of Glen Rock and their school systems as a school security officer. So again, Joe, appreciate you wanting to be a part of our team. You actually got to see a lot of what we're about. And I know you talk a lot about teamwork and family environment, and that's Township of Rochelle Park. It's a small community. And everybody knows each other, so you're going to fit right in. So I know Mr. Chewinski again wanted to introduce and say hello, so if you don't mind coming up. And again, thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Joe.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Anything you want to add, or you good? All right. I did mention to the committee that he is very humble, and it's one of his many good qualities. So we're happy to have him again, and we look forward to you starting in January. So thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I just want to jump back 1 second. Captain the Press, you had said that you want to keep it the same amount of 24. But I look at one of the slides before, and it says the 26.
That's what's allowable under the township.
I understand that, right, but you still want to keep it at 24, not 26. Okay, I just want to make that very clear, that that's what you're looking for. Okay. And I did get a chance to be in with Joe, being many years on the Board of Ed, and also the board president was there, and he was the selection that was chosen. He does not get benefits. He's pensioned. So that saves a little bit more for the Bureau also to look at. And I believe, and it's my opinion, Joe will do great at the school. And I wish you the best of luck. And I know the chief will make sure, and I believe he works under the captain of the chief. Captain?
Ultimately, the chief,
Both?
everybody, yeah.
Everybody works under
We'll
the chief,
go through the chain
right?
of command.
Right. I know that they'll keep on top, and I wish you the best in the school, Joe. All righty, so here we go. Now we're going to go to the next. It's a presentation of plaque to Committee Woman Gail Artolo. So Gail, where are we? I got to move all my stuff. Hold on a second.
Mayor, it's Artola with an
I'm sorry, Artola. Did I say the wrong thing? I'll just say Gail.
They
Okay.
picked it up first, but it
Stop
begins
it.
with an A and ends
We
with
know,
an A.
we know. You already made that. All right, Gail, here we go. Do you want to stay up here? You want to go down with your family?
Yes.
Okay, come on. Anybody else like to come?
Yeah, I'll come down, absolutely.
Come on. How about everybody else coming? All right. Please.
He's here.
So this is a proclamation, certification of appreciation presented to you, Committeewoman Gail Artolo. Whereas Committeewoman Gail Artolo is a lifelong resident of Rochelle Park, who has been an active community member, serving on the Rochelle Park Planning Board and Township Committee. Whereas Committeewoman Artola earned her BA in psychology from William Patterson University and was an standout athlete, swimming, leading a college swim team to a first place finish in the Metropolitan Conference. And whereas Committeewoman Artola has worked in the pharmaceutical industry as a clinical supply specialist and also volunteered extensively at Sacred Heart Church, serving in roles such as religious education teacher, youth group leader, lecturer, and university minister. Whereas Committeewoman Artola was elected to the Township Committee in 2019, sworn into office in 2020, re-elected 22, serving with distinction as Deputy Mayor 20 to 22 during COVID, Mayor in 2021, Fire Commissioner in 2022, Police Commissioner in 2024. Whereas Committeewoman Artola's leadership, dedication, and commitment to the Township of Rochelle Park has greatly benefited the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Teresa Jo Crivello, and the Township Committee of the Township of Rochelle Park extend our sincere appreciation to Committeewoman Gail Artola for her outstanding service to the Township and its residents, dated this 10th day of December in the year 2025. Congratulations.
You covered so much of my life. You knew all that. I forgot a little bit. I really appreciate this. As you said, I was sworn in 2020. In January 2020, I did a ribbon cutting for El Asadero. That was my first ribbon cutting. My second ribbon cutting was at the bridal shop on Route 17, where your daughter just was last weekend for her dress. And I showed you the picture. I asked if I could wear a wedding dress with a ribbon cutting. And just after that, the world shut down. So I don't know if those two events correlate with each other. But here I was brand new, only 2.5 months in, and the world shut down. And I really got to see how this town works. You remember Chief and our administrator at the time, Bob Davidson, was here. One of the things to get PPE, you had to go to the county to do it. And there's 70 towns, and we're one of the smaller towns. We were of the first 10, if not more than that. Captain DePetta, you learned how to do all that paperwork. He was not at a captain rank at that time. You were helping Mr. Davidson with all that. And just seeing how this town pulled it all together, and we were out doing the work of other towns in this county. It really gave me such an appreciation for our staff here. Also in 2020, the police chief and the captain retired the same day. And that had never happened before. And people kept on telling me, oh, they're going to retire in August. And I'm like, why are you telling me? Because I didn't know it was up to us to pick a chief and captain. And we interviewed, we made chief, we made Glenn, and then we had lieutenants. Because we had so much turnover in the police, which hardly happens, I've had the opportunity to interview nearly every man in this room here. And I really got to know not just each of them as individuals, but I learned that each officer has their own specialty. And they bring their own backgrounds, but they all choose their different paths. And some of the paths that they have learned, they're teaching at academies and called on by the county and other agencies. So we really have an impressive police department here. And being the fire commissioner, I asked, is there such a thing as being a firefighter for a day? And I got to cut the car, I got to use the jaws of life and really see what our firemen do. And they're volunteers, and it's something I've always said about firemen, we call firemen, but they do chemical spills and all kinds of emergencies. It's not just fire. And again, all volunteers, that they step up and any volunteer event, like, you know, even the 8th grade car wash, they're there helping. So they're Santa's fun. Yeah, Santa. I have a cousin in Florida, and he moved. How old was Brett when he moved down to Florida? Probably about 8 years old. And he tells everyone in Florida, Santa used to come on the fire truck when I used to live in New Jersey. And to this day, he's in his 50s, he still talks about it. So it's really made an impression over the generations. So I've had the honor of doing this, but seeing our employees, seeing our volunteers, all kinds of volunteers, recreation, everything. The amount of time and effort that people put into this town from their heart is really made me so proud to represent. And I thank the town for this. I thank the Township Committee for this. And I'm really going to miss being up here. I really am. And, but it's really been an honor to serve. And I thank my friends and my family for being here and for Luke being so good tonight.
Yay! Yeah!
When I was sworn in, and most of my family knows Luke, he has autism, and he's grown so much. He graduated high school last year. He was 12 years old when I got sworn in, and he held the Bible for me, and every time I've been sworn in, whether it was for mayor or deputy mayor or my re-election, he's been here almost every year swearing me in. And it's been amazing to watch him grow and for him to be a part of it, and for his parents and my mom. I'll just end with this. My mom, when I ran, she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh." And then when I told her I was going to be mayor, and she said, "Do you know what you're doing?" And she's always asking me, "Do you know what you're doing?" And I said, "Apparently that's not a prerequisite." So, again, thank you to my friends and my family. And one of the things I forgot to mention, most important about our police department, is that they love my homemade granola called Artola granola. And I have a box in here for them tonight. I hope there's some go around because there are so many here. But I leave them with that because that is their thing. So thank you. Yeah, okay. Okay, being in. Yeah. And then family? Brad. Friends being shy. Aww. I got it. Yeah, take your time.
Take your time, Nana. I just love you, Mom. I love you. Are you ready, Dad?
Baby, smile, put your hand down. Yay! All right.
There we go.
There you go.
Let's get all the food. See you there, please.
Thank you.
All right. I just want to be near Paul.
That was me and David. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.
All righty. How we doing? Aww. It's nice. I get flowers from you and I spend the white. No. That's terrific. You're just gonna wait a second for Gail to get back.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. So that was very exciting, Gail. And thank you for your time and dedication that you've given us here, as I have spoken about. Anybody else would like to say anything while I'm here before I move on?
I would. I'd like to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Anyone that steps up on the dais and sits down here, takes a seat, offers a lot of time and commitment, and you've done that. And I appreciate what you've done. We don't always agree, but we don't always have to agree, right? We have our own opinions, that's okay. But we respect each other and respect each other's opinions, and that's the most important thing. And thank you for your service.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Here.
Just want to say congratulations to Committeewoman Gail Artola, up here for 6 years, 2 election victories, lifelong resident, very proud, very excited for you and your next endeavors. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to say congratulations, Gail, and good luck in your next endeavors. Hopefully not as stressful as being up here.
Gail,
You deserve it.
Thank you.
let me tell you, serving as mayor, it's not an easy job. From my experience, I gotta tell you, it's not an easy job. You did it during COVID.
Yes.
I was on the Board of Ed. I know what that was like too. Sue, I wish you the best. Enjoy and relax. Be with your family. Enjoy that time.
Thank you.
Because there's no time like that and you can never get it back.
Yeah.
You know, something, God forbid, should happen. But I wish you the best of everything. I know you're very involved with the church.
Yes.
I also was a CCD teacher for 12 years. I did it, so I know what kind of job you've been in with that. But even staying here afterwards and helping us, and I think this year we have achieved, we as a team have achieved so much within 1 year. And my belief, and I think everybody's kind of nodding, that we all have to commend each other and also you. And I will get Artola. I only know you as Gail, so I really don't ever say Artola. But again, thank you for your time, and we appreciate it. And I know it's this last big meeting that you're having. That's why I asked for it tonight. We do have a Sunday, but that's, you know, that's a short little thing. So I wanted to recognize you. And again, thanks for being here and helping us out.
I really appreciate it.
All
Thank you.
right.
And thank you all.
Thank you. All right, so let's move on now. We have any new business? Anybody have any new business? New business? No? All right. Does Gina work over new business? Okay. Let's make a motion to open to public participation. May I have a motion to do so? Yes?
Committee report?
No, I don't want to do committee report. Okay, yes, I do. I forgot. I just got so caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, let's please do it. Administrator, please give me your report.
Sure, Mayor. I'll start with the Route 80 that you mentioned earlier. Jumped on a Zoom meeting, a virtual Teams meeting with the Department of Transportation in reference to the Route 80 expansion project as it pertains to Rochelle Park is basically the noise reduction and the barriers that'll be going up. Unfortunately, that work's not to begin until about 2033. It's the last contract, and it's the last phase of the work. However, benefited residents is how they refer to it. So those who will hear less noise from the highway, you're going to be receiving something in the mail from the DOT, and basically you have to vote. You have to decide whether or not you want to have less noise. So we're going to ask, and we'll participate, and I discussed this with the Township Committee. My goal will be maybe send out postcard reminders to our residents, do a social media campaign saying, hey, you definitely want to say yes, because if 50% or more respond no, we won't get those sound barriers. So it's important, and apparently this is part of the process as described. The administrator of Lodi and I were befuddled and baffled by this and said that we don't understand who wouldn't want this, but apparently it's a DOT rule that the resident has to vote yes or no. So please continue. I know Mr. Davidson, I'm sure you'll help me rally the troops on this one. So I'll be reaching out and I asked already for what they expect to send, and they said when they have that, they'll let us know. But again, that work is the last phase. It's the last contract. We're looking at 2033 for that, but in the next few months, if not weeks, they said mailers will be going out, and then this Township Committee already did one, but they're going to ask for a 2026 resolution of support, so we'll do that as well. The roofing project, real quick, is complete. We have not seen any leaks. It's been fantastic. DPW started replacing ceiling tiles, and again, we've had numerous rains, light snow events, and again, not one drop, so I'm very happy for that. I think the project finished coming in actually a little bit less than even the bid price, which is, and we know the bid price is well below what we originally bonded for. So again, we're going to have a ton of debt to cancel. I know Mr. Regatano is here. He's happy to hear that. Along those lines, Boswell's reached out. The Howard Avenue 1 and 2 phase of their project, they're going to close that out and submit for the DOT grant fund. So again, even more debt we'll be able to take off off of our capital load. I think that's all I have. Oh, I did have a conversation, and I want to wish Sue DeNobili the very best. She's retiring as school superintendent, and today we spent some time kind of talking about some of the shared service things that we never got done. We did kind of memorialize to somewhat of a paper status, but I'm going to continue to work with the school, and I know a summer program is something that Sue was very invested in, and you know, with our recreation and the school combining to make a summer camp program, I think it's something we still want to continue to investigate. And I'll do that with the interim. She's going to inform the interim in school administrator, as well as she offered to stay involved even in her retirement. Gail, you know, you saw me, or you were on this committee when I made chief. You know, I originally got to know you in the March through, of 20 with COVID on the virtual way. And, you know, want to thank Mr. Donatello again for helping put all of that together. And you know, it was different. It was crazy. And, yeah, you were thrust into that. And then, you know, part of this committee that chose me as chief, and I'm forever thankful for that. Was the best choice, no doubt. But again, thank you for your service to the community. And best of luck with you, to you in the future. Happy belated birthday, Mr. Chewinski, and everybody else. Happy holidays, and I'm sure I'll have some more to say as we go through the agenda if there's any questions, Mayor, but thank you. And one last thing. I know I had a conversation with Mr. Warren recently about the amount of work this committee has done the last year. Again, and I've stated it before. It's definitely giving more grace, but it's to the level that I've never seen before. So kudos to you guys for a great year.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go with, anything with the clerk at all? Any report?
No report. I just want to say congratulations again
Thank
to
you.
Committeewoman Artola. I was appointed back in April, so I've only had 8 months with you, but it's been an absolute pleasure, and I wish you all the best, truly. And happy holidays to all of you, Rochelle Park.
Thank you.
And the Township Committee.
Thank you. Thank you. Councilman?
No report. Just again, congratulations, Gail.
Thank
Did
you.
a great job. I'm sure you're going to be very proud of your accomplishments that you have here and going forward in the future. And happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you.
Jen, would you like to start? Sure. All right, thank you.
Good evening. So for the building department, their November numbers, they've issued 19 permits, 68 UCC inspections, Their total value of construction for the month was $229,803. They've collected $8,527 in permit fees, $1,050 in zoning permits, 32 zoning inspections, 13 zoning applications, 1 zoning violation, $1,750 in continuing certificate of occupancies, $100 in lead inspection fees. Total for the month in fees that they collected was $11,427. And I just want to wish everyone happy holidays. And again, Gail, congratulations. Thank you. Enjoy your next chapter. Right. Non-chaos.
Mr. Miller?
Thank you so much. Good evening, Rochelle Park. The Rochelle Park Volunteer Fire Department responded to 29 calls during the month of November. Rochelle Park received a $20,000 NJDP Green Communities grant to complete a tree inventory and update our community forestry management plan. The project's going to document trees, assess their condition and risk, and guide planting, maintenance, and budgeting decisions that improve safety and operations. So I want to thank the Rochelle Park Shade Tree Commission, Commissioner Warren, Liz Stewart, our Township arborist, as well as Dave Brown and Mr. Pinto for leading this work from application to implementation. This is a great reminder how a Shade Tree Commission brings grant money to our township. The Rochelle Park Library is partnering with Access for All to host holiday trivia and karaoke on Thursday, December 11th at 6 p.m. in the Senior Center. The library is also going to host a gingerbread house making night on December 17th at 6 p.m. Families should register on the Rochelle Park Library website if they plan to attend. And there's also going to be a winter origami workshop on Sunday, December 21st at 1 p.m. I want to wish all of our residents and neighbors a safe, joyful, and happy holiday season. We'll see you in 2026. Thank you.
Play ball. That was very good, Tommy. Very good. Ms. Sartori.
Okay. So for the court report, for the month of November, traffic was 420, criminal was 15, with a total of $13,642.64. Thank you to our court colleagues and to our police for their hard work this month. I was at 2 ribbon cuttings since we last met. Both are for new businesses located on Route 17. The first one was for Title Bond Agency. They amazingly transformed their parking lot into a formal attire event centered under a tent with catering. They were surrounded by family, friends, and business partners. We wish them much success in Rochelle Park. The other one was for Club Tattoo that specialized in tattoos and piercings. I admired the jewelry case, and I had a nice conversation with one of the new tattoo artists. He informed me that the current trend of tattoos is anime characters. The team was grateful for our presence at their grand opening. On Friday, I braved the cold weather and attended our tree lighting. The plastic skating rink was back, and it was a hit among the kids. There was also a mechanical reindeer, Dolly the Clown with her balloons, soft pretzels, nuts, hot chocolate, and s'mores by a very welcoming fire pit. The honored guest of the evening from the North Pole was escorted by the fire department and was welcomed by the kids who all got a turn to meet him. There were even a few flurries of snow during the event. Thank you to our police, recreation, fire department, and CERT volunteers who made the night possible. I am grateful for your time, and I especially appreciate it even more because you did it all in the cold. And thank you for recognizing me tonight. You know, when I was talking about the COVID, I was focused on the police, but I didn't mention that all those meetings that we had, and in the beginning it was 3 times a week, and they were led by Pete. And you really saw how the Office of Emergency Management really served the town, and because of his work and their work, that we were able to be among the first in the county. And we started with meetings 3 times a week, and they lasted probably about 1.5 years, you know, as we went through. They dwindled down as time went on, but we had Zoom meetings for all that time and really got all the departments together and able to get all the information and ask for what we needed. It was really again, something to be seen. So thank you again, and it has been an honor to serve the people of Rochelle Park. And I hope everyone had a grateful Thanksgiving, and I hope you all have a happy Hanukkah and a Merry Christmas and a happy holidays.
Thank you. Mr. Chwinsky?
Thank you. Thank you for recognizing my 29th birthday. It was very nice of you. Those of you who didn't notice, I was slobbering down the cake while I'm sitting up here. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Gail, again, thank you for your service up here, and I wish you the best on whatever it is you move on to do. So good luck in wherever you're going. We'll see each other around town.
Yes, I'll be around.
Thanks for reminding me too about the tree lighting and that, and what you had just mentioned. This was a little bit warmer out. I was considering getting on that mechanical reindeer, but it was a little too cold for me and my bones. But I was very surprised in the amount of people that came out that night in that cold weather that came out to the support that was there. That was amazing. Getting to my reports, as far as buildings and grounds go, Dean, I had already mentioned about this building being watertight, which I'm very happy about as well. That's going to be for a 30-year warranty, so I don't ever want to hear about this building leaking again. Regarding Matthews Field, I'm going to be down in Matthews Field tomorrow, and I'm going to be looking over some of the issues that Dave Brown and I, with Dave and with the contractor, looking over some ideas and some different options for what we have that we can present to the town, which I'm excited to get going and get done with too, especially on the tail end of what you have open left. We have open left on that grant to get it done. So hopefully that'll get rectified. The issues down there being the windows, broken windows, the soffit that was never wrapped that animals get into the attic when the roof was done, the maybe a small ductless heating and air conditioning system, 2 zones, 1 for each floor, and then possibly redoing the floor and addressing the soft plywood that's under the carpet on the 2nd floor to make it more habitable. I also wanted to mention on the school, I was on the Board of Ed also, and I was one of the ones that hired Dr. Sudano when she came to the school. We were very proud of having her here. I know she intended on staying a lot longer than she is right now. Due to family commitments and some other issues she has to step down. I am looking forward to being at a meeting, and it's an open public meeting. December 16th is her last meeting, I believe. Anybody that wants to come, it starts at 7 o'clock over at the school. You mentioned COVID. Teresa and I were on the Board of Ed during COVID, and it's just as much craziness that you describe here.
Sure.
We had over there, and it was, welcome to COVID, welcome to the Board of Ed. And that's with this COVID stuff, it was the same thing. It just the amount of commitment, I can't imagine what was similar to what we were going through here, you were going through here. And I can't imagine the chaos and the inconsistency of what we didn't know what was going to bring the next day. So we were all available. So again, the amount of commitment, thank you for your service, the amount of commitment that's involved to sit through every last minute meeting that comes up, every last minute implication or paperwork that comes through from the state, or whatever it is. It was a lot. It was demanding. So wish you luck again, and thank you everyone, and happy holidays to all sitting here and everybody else that's out there. Wish you the best and see you around town.
Great, thank you. All right, I got a few things here. So, yes, Mr. Chwinsky and I were both on the Board of Ed at the same time during the COVID, so we understand. I was also a nurse back then working with the COVID, trying to get through all that. And I know the stress that you were going through, the stress that I saw in everybody else, and helped was also tremendous. We were able to succeed and move forward with our committees, right? Thank you for what you've done here too. Okay, a few things I have. First off, when I get to this, Mr. Donatello asked me to say this evening to mention that OEM department of OEM and CERT did Narcan training, and it empowered our first responders to assist individuals experiencing an opiate overdose. Participants left the season equipped with Narcan kits and skills to help save lives. Thank you to all those who participated in that. Our police department, we had 1,198 calls of service. We also had listed here 223 motor vehicle stops, 3 arrests, 6 criminal charges, 482 summonses issued in the month. They did a lot of the training. They did a lot of the hostage and SWAT team studies. Sergeant Burke taught the academy recruits report rating and motor vehicle stops. Officer Saldita attended his mandatory monthly regional SWAT training. And administrative side, they continue for their search for the position of Special Law Enforcement number 3, which is the SRO we ended up getting just the other day, and conducted the 2 rounds of interviews. So they finally finished that. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Sean Smith and Mr. Dominic Pizzuto. Both are elect to be. They were certified, so this is why I can say it now. They just got certified after our last meeting. I wish you the best of luck on both boards. The service and commitment that you've been giving the community is tremendous sometimes and overwhelming, but I know you both will do a great job. And I appreciate you running and put your name in the hat to do so. Also, I have the seniors. We had a holiday party last Thursday. Let me tell you, I don't think I can eat since then. The food was tremendous. The company was wonderful. The seniors did a terrific job. Everybody who participated had what I believe a wonderful time. And tomorrow is also their meeting. They're going to have a couple of sandwiches there. But that was at Seasons. It was a great time had by all that I believe. Recreation, described the tree laying, which was very good. And also just to let you know that the trolley rides are this Saturday, the 13th. I believe they start at 5, Sean? What was it, 6? Around there? No, it's 5. Is it 4?
They start at 4.
4, yeah. I don't know if there's any more sign-ups left.
8 available this morning.
8 slots available. If somebody wants to still sign up, there's a QR code on the recreation that you can sign up. What's going on?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I didn't
We were
know.
talking, the trolley ride start at 4.
Yeah. So, but there are 8 slots if somebody hasn't signed up yet. I am understanding that. I don't know if they're still filled.
Gotta get them filled.
Let me tell you, that's a terrific thing to go around town and see all the lights. Even just driving around now, I'm seeing everybody seems very festive and decorating. It's gotten larger and I know that Team Rochelle Park is giving out a little prize or, what is that, a game switch, whatever it's called,
Game switch.
for the blow-up
Yeah.
displays on the front one. And I know Rec also does that with the house decorating too. So kudos to all of them, those that have been part of that and are doing it. Our police department still does a terrific job. I know that recently something happened in one of our local areas here, and our police once again went above and beyond, and to help. And I can tell you right now, they're always helping our residents when in need, and sometimes not when in need, just to be there and help guide. This is also with the children of the school. We have the SRO that would be going in there. I had a very good opportunity to meet him and speak with him. He's a very nice man who I believe will help and tremendously. Now, we also have, like Matt said, the superintendent is retiring, and I was with you when we hired her, and she did a terrific job. I believe it's 6 years that she's there now. But, she's moving on, and I believe they're looking for a superintendent search. I wish them all the best of luck with that. A new year is coming, and I think in 2025, this committee, and it is of my opinion, did such a tremendous job of getting things done. We worked together in unison, and believe me, when we argued, there was fights, don't get me wrong, and we went back and forth, and we had our own opinions, and I still will get Artola right, and I don't know how to take people out of pictures, I swear I don't know how to do that, but, that's what a community and a committee does. When you work together, we can accomplish so much. I was lucky enough to be able to work with you, Gail, here, and your input of Gail, did that happen back then? Came in very handy, I can tell you that. So, moving forward, we look forward to Sean Smith being on our committee, and That is going to be January 3rd, I believe. We're going to have the Sunshine at 11:30 and then the reorg at 12. I understand that's what's going to happen. I've enjoyed my time as mayor, well, sometimes, but I can tell you that it's, Dave's laughing, he knows what I mean, but it's been a lot of work. It's a challenge, it's a lot of work, and if you put all of your efforts into it, you can get a lot done, and I wish the best for everyone. Happy holidays, a happy new year, and stay safe, everyone. Thank you very much and everybody coming for tonight, and our police officers, and Gail's family, and your nephew. Luke is so cute. So with that being said, anything else? No? Okay, let's move forward. Now I can move forward? Oh, great. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go on. Now, we're going to have a motion to open to public participation. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second? I'll second. Roll call?
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Archuleta?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor George Carvello?
Yes. All right, anyone, council?
Yes, everyone, if you could please state your name and the town in which you reside. There's a 3-minute time limit. Any questions or comments made will be addressed at the end of closed session so that you get your full 3 minutes. And I think that covers it.
Thank you. Anyone from the public would like to speak? Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane Verhassel, Rochelle Park. First, I want to thank the committee for all your hard work this year. I know you guys worked very hard, and I appreciate all that as a group that you have done.
Thank you.
Also, when you work on the calendar, I know you just voted tonight on which one you're doing. Hopefully, if possible, I'd like to have us add the library board meetings. They're only once a month. We have our calendar done, so I mean, this way maybe if people want to come, they know what night we have our meetings. My 3 questions. One, tonight you're passing a public nuisance ordinance or discussing it, 1253-25. I'm just curious who is going to be the person or group that enforces this and who is called with concerns or complaints. Some of the other things said who to call. I didn't know if it was under who's going to do it. The second question, I don't know if this goes to Gail as the liaison for courts or to the mayor.
Everything comes through the chair.
I'm sorry, through the chair. Okay. Is the court now open to the public, or is it still Zoom to only participants? A neighbor of mine wanted to go to, I guess, to observe, and said that they were told they couldn't yet, and when they tried to go on Zoom, when they were told you can't because you're not one of the, I don't know what you'd call them, defendants, participants, whatever. So I'm just asking for them. And my other question is, with the increase, there seems to be a really big increase of cars with tinted windshields. And when you drive down the road, Dean's nodding, they have their high beams on. It used to be, you'd really have it, somebody would, hit them with the high beams back and they would turn them off. Now, it's like tinted windshields and it's really dangerous, very distracting, and I didn't know if there's anything that the police or whatever can do or, before somebody has an accident. Because, you're driving down the road and you have these bright headlights at you constantly, and I didn't know if that's something that can be done. So anyway, those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's start off with a couple of these here. We have,
Well, I thought we were going to hear from everyone from the
oh,
public.
you want to hear rest? Okay.
Well, that's what we did the last time.
Anyone else, please? I'm sorry, anyone else? You're right, we did.
Susan Yakabuchi, Rochelle Park. After seeing this police presentation, I knew things were rough for the police, but I didn't realize how rough. An Indian individual said to me one time, think of the biggest thing that you can think of and the smallest, and they're the same. But that's the way our society is going. The police have all the responsibility. It gets bigger, broader, more complex, and the level of compliance and minutia becomes more complex too. So whatever they need, I think the Township Committee should support them. If my taxes went up to support the police, I wouldn't care. I would say that's wonderful. It's wonderful to have community events, but this is where we live and die. I have concern now because this is going to seem a little weird, but my BMW has to be outside my garage now. and I'm worried somebody's going to break in for the key fob. All the 2019 to 2022 BMWs are fire hazards now, even if it's not running. So they all have to be kept, we were notified, there's a recall, but there's no solution for it. So for the next months or weeks, it has to be outside. I don't like it. I think you're going to see a lot more BMWs outside overnight, and it adds to the criminal element. So, it sounds very strange, but I think the police deserve your support. And if they get a little leeway and a few 911 calls less, that's a little breathing room for them. I wouldn't ding them for it, and I support them, and I think this committee should too.
Thank you.
And thank you, Gail, and Teresa, you've done a great job.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Who's next? Hi there.
Hi,
May I have your name, please?
Andre Gonzalez from Kinnelon. I just have some
Kinnelon?
Yes. I just have some quick
Gonzalez?
words.
Okay.
I'd like to thank Gail for her service to this beautiful town. I'm not from here, but I do spend a lot of time around here, especially seeing Gail, who's a very good friend. So thank you, Gail, and congratulations on your retirement. I'd like to thank you for showing your bravery in the face of adversity. You're an inspiration, and I and others would consider you to be a true American hero. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Donatello?
Thank you. Pete Donatello, Office of Emergency Management. Gail, I just have to address you personally and congratulate you. I started to take some notes. I thought I would be able to do this in January, which I thought would have been your last meeting. So forgive me for not being all that prepared, but I ran out of paper. I actually ran out of room. But I just wanted to personally congratulate you for your time, your professionalism, and your dedication to the township. We had the opportunity to work very closely together in a lot of times of adversity. You mentioned COVID. We had a state of emergency where we evacuated the school. We've had a few flooding events and other similar emergencies, and coming from an emergency services background, we look at emergencies as being pretty routine. Coming from a non-emergency background like you have, you participated in these state of emergencies activations, spent many long nights and many hours in the Emergency Operations Center with the utmost professionalism, and you were also comfortable working with us in some pretty extreme conditions. So that just talks about your dedication and your professionalism. You really rose above our expectations, and we want to thank you for that. The good news is that we're not losing you in the township. You're an active member in our CERT team. You also participate in our local emergency planning committee for floods, and very instrumental in talking to the residents about home elevations. And coming from the background where you did flood, you did elevate your homes, you're very helpful in that regard as well. So, excuse me, it may be the loss to the township and a loss to the committee, but the good news is you're going to be working with us, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. I'm not sure if this is on.
I think it just died. Did the battery just die? Okay. We can hear you. Go ahead.
That was probably intentional, but that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, look, I just want to thank you again for your dedication and professionalism that you showed, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I may, Mayor?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yes, Pete, I had 3 states of emergency in that 1 year that I was mayor, and a couple of them were I think they were all within 6 weeks. So you kept on coming to me with that documentation, and I have to sign this again. I think that was a record. So, and you're right, I am still involved in CERT, and I will continue to serve the town in that capacity. Thanks.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you want? Okay.
The Access for All Committee had a good year. We did a lot more than we did last year, and we're looking forward to doing even more. That being said, I would like to thank the council, all the volunteers in town that helped us, and anyone that helped us out. If I did not see you, please see me. We have a little token of appreciation for you. The police got theirs. I'm waiting to hear from the fire chief. I have yours in the box, ready to go, so before you leave, make sure you get it. And if you know of anybody wanting to join our committee, please, we're in desperate need of some more individuals. We're losing a member because it's going on a dais, so we're going to be short a member. It does require a lot of work and time, so please, look forward to working with you 24/6.
You're going to be the liaison?
You can't be on it.
Yeah, but he can be a member, but he's not the liaison. No. Mr. Davidson? Okay.
Do you mind if I sit tonight?
No, please, help yourself.
Gail, I had the pleasure of working with you during some very difficult times.
Yes.
But we got a lot done, and we did work as a team. And that's what's extremely important for all of us to remember. Doesn't matter whether you're Republican or Democrat. This is Rochelle Park. We are here to serve the people of Rochelle Park. You're not here to serve the people of the state or the county or the federal government. Keep that in mind at all times. And the biggest thing is to do the best that you can for this community. That was a statement. Hopefully that doesn't come off my 3 minutes. Glad to hear about Route 80. I'm sure the state's going to be more than happy not to have to talk to me anymore about Route 80. So that's whatever needs to be done that I possibly do, I certainly would do that. I do have a question real quick, if I can, reference to reevaluation. Have we heard anything? What's going on with that? I'm seeing
I'm
where
sorry, what's your question?
the
Mr.?
reevaluation.
The reeval? Okay.
Yeah, I know I spoke about this 2 months ago, I think, or a month and a half ago. But anyways, I'm seeing other towns now where that's all starting to come together for them. I just was wondering what was happening there. I don't know if anybody saw this or not, but I saw an article in the paper about the Route 17 project. I don't know whether the towns have been notified or has any knowledge of what's going on. But the state has hired an engineer, okay? They said that the work should begin sometime within a five-year period. I've been there before. More than likely, that's going to be 7 years. Just gives me something else now with the sound barrier going on. I need to hang around a little bit longer. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, I think that we really need, very unfortunately, that's just the bad one as far as I'm concerned, Route 17, because that's going to have a major effect on our tax rateables. There are a number of properties going to be taken. Being if there's any possibility that you can check with the state and even see what is their timeline as far as starting to take, because this is going to take years for them to do as far as getting the various properties that they're going to need to do. So, but I think that the town needs to start looking at this right away. This is not something you can just sit back on. Oh, you got my 3 minutes, but anyways, I just wanted to see so we haven't heard anything from, you're not allowed to answer me until the end, I forgot. But anyways, I hopefully, we stay on top of this one, because it's not going to be good for the town. I tried to say that right from the very beginning.
Thank you.
Thank you, and everybody have a nice holiday.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? No? Okay, so here's, we're going to answer it, but seeing.
You need a motion to close to the public?
That's what we're going to do. So we're going to close to the public. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
No, second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Peachy?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor George Carvello?
Yes. All right, so let's start down from, I have Diane first. Diane, if you have the calendar dates, I believe you can give those to, for the library, I believe you can give those to Gina. If they're already set up, then we can put.
Thank you.
Perfect. So take that off. Public nuisance, can we get into that a little bit? Who would you like to discuss that?
I can.
Or,
Yeah,
yes, go ahead.
this one is specifically written, Mayor, for, to give the county, right now, our health inspectors, we contract with Bergen County, so to give our health inspectors some teeth in enforcement of these nuisances which are related to basically the feeding of wild animals.
We had some reports that people were feeding certain animals, and it was causing not only droppings that were...
Pigeon droppings, as well as bringing in wild animals
Wild
from
animals, so this will help a little
the
bit with
county
that.
park.
We also have here the ordinance for the, the court open to public yet. Is that open to the public yet?
So, no, there's very limited circumstances that the municipal court is actually in person. It's basically DWIs, or any not guilty plea, and I believe domestic violence cases, but other than that, it's not open to the public yet. I can follow up with the court administrator. I'm sure it's coming from the AOC. It's the administrator of court, so that's nothing to do with our local municipal court judge or our wants. And, municipal court doesn't necessarily answer to this township committee, but they answer to me, and I'll find out. I'll get an answer for you.
Great, and how about the tinted
Yeah,
windows?
so the tinted windows, you can thank the state of New Jersey. They changed Title 39. When I started out as a young patrolman, I know it's a long time ago, but, no tint was allowed on the front windows. Then they changed that. And in order to get tinted windshields, you required a medical examination that was overseen by the state motor vehicle services. That's no longer a requirement, any simple doctor's note. And so more and more people are doing it. They just made it easier to get.
Just so you know, I was asking what meeting, so I answer that.
Yeah, so they're tied into each other. One gives our code enforcement officer a lot more authority and to issue summonses for the keeping of wild animals and the feeding. Our ordinance, the health one, hadn't been updated since like 1959. 58, I'm sorry, Mayor. Yeah, we had this discussion. And
Who follows up on that, and also the public health?
So
the public health nuisance one is for the county health inspector. The first one's for code enforcement.
Right, the second one, they get all the county?
Yes, whoever we contract our health inspector services to will have some more enforcement authority. And listen, a phone call to Michaela, our health registrar, or to myself, or to the clerk's office, if there's any specific health-related issues, a call to us, we will call the health inspector ourselves.
I believe just recently that there was a question about if there was the health department at the school. I believe that was a question that was asked recently, and I know the response. I'm not sure what.
So I've had a follow-up conversation today with Dr. DeNobili. That's not true. Notification had to be made. However, because of the numbers involved, it didn't rise to the level of any inspection needed to come out, is the way she explained it to me.
Right. Okay, because if you call the health department or
Yeah.
the county or something, sometimes they.
And again, I like to defer to the school administration. If there's any questions to the school,
Of course.
contact them first, please.
Okay, because I didn't know what you were kind of going toward. Thank you. All right, so Ms. Iucci, let's see, you had the police presentation. Thank you for.
I know Bob Davidson's questions.
I will get to
I'm
them.
sorry.
I'm going down the line. Thank you.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
Your presentation and, you're liking the police presentation, and your support for the police officers. Thank you for that. Mr. Gomez, I'm not sure who he is. I guess he's a friend of yours?
He's a friend of mine.
Okay, very
Yeah,
well.
it's very nice. of him to say
Congratulating
those.
you.
Yes.
Mr. Donatello, I had this tonight because the next meeting we have is the Sunday, and that's very short so I figured Gail's full meeting tonight, we can do this. And her family, and she was notified ahead of time. Thank you for your kind words toward her. And by the way, Ms. Iucci, thank you for your kind words toward the committee also. Walter, Access for All. So I would hopefully see that maybe there's some way to advertise to help you get some more volunteers. If we can do something to work that way, we'll try our best. 2026 is coming around. I think that you're still on it, or no? You're still on. So I believe you'll be at the trolley also? Yeah, so that we'll see what we can do to help you out and see who can come and help and volunteer. So now we get down to Mr. Davidson. Okay. So I don't think any time this year that we had anybody here on this day say, I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican. I believe that we all work together no matter what affiliation we had, and I think we're going to plan on still doing so. I don't know what happened so much in the past, but I did not see that nor permit it to happen this year. We worked together. So I wanted to make that very, very clear. Hold on one second, please. Let me finish. We're serving the community all together, that we would like to always work this way to get everything done. The Route 80, I know that you've been talking about those barriers for a long, long time. I was on the meeting with Dean, and you actually have to see how they did it, because they had the barriers going from, I think it's Essex Street down to Railroad Avenue, then it's no barriers, and then it starts again with more barriers. So I know there was a couple of questions about, well, why is it stopping? And they felt the need for it to be in certain areas and not. So in other words, toward the river, that area of Route 80, I know where you were talking about, Essex Street, Railroad Avenue, but past there it stops again. You actually have to look at this map. It's mind-boggling to say, why would you even stop it? But they felt it was not needed in that area. So I believe, what was the date they said? I thought it was 2029.
So that's the beginning of certain phases of the contract.
Isn't it, we're in phase 1, 2, and 3?
We're in contract 5, project limits from Garden State Parkway to Riverview Avenue.
No, look at number 3.
And that's from Lakeview Avenue to Garden State Parkway.
Right, but look at number 3.
I'm looking at contract 3, Mayor.
Doesn't it say Rochelle Park on 3?
No.
On the bottom.
Yeah, no, that's contract 5.
You sure?
Okay.
I'll have to relook at it.
I didn't print out
Okay.
the 20 pages. I only printed out the 2.
I think I had that. I think I have that. The eval, what's going on in re-eval?
So late October, we sent letters to about 160 homes, I believe it was, that hadn't allowed the inspector into the homes. I'm waiting to follow up with Mr. Brown, our tax assessor, and see where we're at. I just sent him an email now. I'm sure I'll hear back in the morning. And Mr. Davis, you call me, I'll give you the update.
So we're still looking for that, right?
Correct.
Now, I know there was a question about the, let me see what we have here.
Project.
The Route 17 project. Well, I saw that in the paper too. And we also, I understand there's some residents, Dean, that got some notification about it, or letter, or?
Yeah, I wasn't notified directly. I heard third party that some residents got notifications in the mail in regards to the 17 project. Its township has received nothing officially from the state. Matter of fact, we ended up trying to figure out who was making these markings on different portions of the town. Through the DPW's help and the police department's assistance, we were able to finally track down an engineer contracted by the state for that project. That's all we have, is that they were just going out, making markings, and we've heard nothing. So I can follow up, shoot messages to the DOT, my contacts, and see what they expect. But I had last heard 6 years, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, within that time too. But again, I've probably hearing this since I was a little child, that it would be done this year or that year. So I don't know when it will be or what's going to happen. But yes, we are concerned about the ratables. I do have a contact that I reached out to in legislation to speak to them in regards to this, because I believe, and it's my opinion, and I'm sure the committee would also agree with this, is that we should be compensated in some way for so many years for losing those ratables, right? Because that's quite a few that are along that Route 17 area. And that's, right now, I think it's approximately 300-something thousand for the ratables. I'd have to get the exact from Kathy Cerisi, but yeah, we're working on it. We know about it, and they never notified the town. We didn't get anything. We only found out from residents that.
So the whole, in reference to that, but, I mean, with the Route 80 sound barriers, as an example, I mean, we have not seen anything about that.
You won't yet. They just came out with this meeting for us, as far as us, I'm saying, the elected officials, to kind of give us, well, we've approved it now, and here it is. That's basically, we got a presentation. It was a virtual presentation. And Dean and I were on it, and it really just told us that this is where they're going to go, when they're going to start, and when they're looking to finish. And if you actually look at the maps of it, I believe they were sending the maps to the town. Dean, were they not sending the maps?
Yep, that's correct, Mayor. I do have the PowerPoint.
You do have it, right?
Can that be forwarded or was it?
I'm sure we could also probably post it to the website, and then
that would
if
be a
you
good idea.
email me, I will definitely send it, if I may, Mayor.
Yes, please.
So I did reach out to the DOT coordinator of this project in reference to, because they did state on that meeting, they're going to be holding 3 public meetings. However, I know, Mr. Davidson, you hate these. They're virtual Teams meetings, so they'll be virtual. 2 in Passaic County, only 1 in Bergen. I said, well, you need to let us know when you're going to be doing that, and they promised that, they will give us advance notice that we can, again, share with the public. And we did have Route 80 updates on the website. I'll make sure these get up there as well.
Yeah, I think that the big thing is that they have to ask the residents. They're sending a letter to this is where we're going to need everybody's help. So they're sending a letter to the residents that would be in front of the barriers. In our case, they would be in front of the barriers, right? To say if they want them or not. And if they get 50%, above 50%, then they'll put the barrier in all the way. If they get below and get no's, they won't put the barrier up. Which Steve and I kind of looked at each other and went, what are you talking about? Why don't you just put it up? But they need the permission from the residents. So hopefully we can have, like Dean has said, that we can have some kind of mailings or whatever go out and say yes, please. So it could be the whole thing and we can get the majority. Then they'll count the amount of votes that come back and then make a decision if they're going to put it up or not. We're talking a few years. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow.
It's a 5-contract process that they're doing the job on, so.
I thought they said we were going to be in 1, 2, and 3, but I might be wrong. I have to look back on it, but,
Usually there are anywhere between 5 and 7 years.
yeah. But it wasn't until the first one I think started in 2029.
Correct.
And then it's going to
2033.
33 or 36 or something. Yeah. They say 33, probably 36, 38, whatever. But, yeah.
And if I just may, I apologize. I meant no criticism of anybody up there. I was just making a statement.
No, and I appreciate your statement, nor was I criticizing back. I just wanted to make it very clear that as long as I was mayor on this dais, it wasn't going to be about party. It was going to be about the people. And that's all we have to worry about.
I just wanted to be clear, I wasn't trying to criticize.
I understand. I appreciate that, though. Thank you. All right, we're good? All right. So let me move forward here. Okay. So we have a motion to close. Now we're going to have to look at the adoption of the ordinance. Could you please read the ordinance, Ms. Key?
We have adoption of ordinances. There's 4 for adoption. 1251-25, amendment of Chapter 75 entitled Certificates of Compliance. 1252-25, amendment of Chapter 73 entitled Keeping of Other Animals. 1253-25, amendment of Chapter 199 entitled Public Health Nuisances. 1254-25, amendment and supplement of Chapter 180 of the Code of the Township of Rochelle Park entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
All right. May I have a motion to open this to public for any questions regarding?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Capella?
Yes. So this is open to the public. I think Diane had asked some questions. Do you have anything else about any of these ordinances? Does anyone have any questions or concerns about this ordinance? No? Seeing or hearing no one, may I have a motion to close to public?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Capella?
Yes. All right, so now we're going to have to adopt these individually. So we have ordinance number 1251-25. May I have a motion to adopt such ordinance?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Capella?
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you. And then next one is ordinance 1252-25. May I have a motion to adopt this ordinance, please?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Yeah, roll call.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Capella?
Yes. Motion.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Okay, ordinance 1253-25, may I have a motion to adopt this ordinance?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Peachy?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truanski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Covello?
Yes. Thank you. And finally, 1254-25, may I have a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Peachy?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truanski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Covello?
Yes. Thank you very much. You want to read this part? This is yours. The consent agenda. Sorry? You want me to go on that? What was your part? Okay, you want to change that? Okay, great. All right, so we have the consent agenda. All items listed below are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Township Committee and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a committee member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. So is there any comments, concerns, or questions about this agenda? Yes.
I just want to ask a question
Yes.
about Reso 25-306, the authorization of budget transfers.
Sorry, 306?
Yeah, that's it. Very
Okay,
quick.
I have Mr. Rotolo here. Would you like to answer that question, authorization to budget transfers?
You mean Roy?
I mean, Roy, I'm sorry. Mr. Rigatano, come on up here. Mr. Miller has a question about the authorization.
Very quick, Roy. So just, police dispatcher salary and wages. So $300,000 budgeted in the 25, budget, and then we did transfer of $40,000 last month, and now we have a, $3,500 transfer this month. So that's, a combined budget of $343,000. That sounds right. Can you explain that?
Yeah, it was, we had, overtime.
Correct. With 3 officers out, we staffed it with as much as we can. We cover it with dispatchers.
Yeah, exactly, so we had some of the officers also help, because we didn't get enough dispatching that helped with the officers out.
Gotcha.
And that ties into the presentation, which I had nothing to do with, but it ties in with those transfers.
Gotcha. Thank you. And then, how many dispatchers total, Dean?
We have 4 full-time and 1 per diem.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
So that was basically your salaries for the overtime that you're looking at on the transfers?
All plus of the injuries,
Which are unpredictable. Unfortunately, are unpredictable. At this point, we don't have a crystal ball to know when we have to transfer stuff.
And again, publicly, thank you for this budget, you can see how tight it really was.
Yeah, it was very tight, yeah. What was the total amount of transfers that we ended up having?
I only have tonight, which is 94,000. We had much more first go around. So the reason we do this is the last payroll coming up.
That's right.
So now we know exactly what we need.
Okay, and it's still?
We still are in the black, which is good.
Which is good. Very good. We're working, I know that we're having a meeting on Friday, I think Mr. Miller and I, you can make it Friday, right?
Absolutely.
You're going to be there, and we're going to talk about the ongoing next budget.
We're
We're trying
trying to go.
to moving forward, right?
So tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock is the Senate vote on the health benefit reform.
Right, and it's also opening the bids for our pump station tomorrow at 11, correct?
Correct.
Right, so that's,
Things at 11 o'clock.
there's 11, yeah, a lot of things at 11. So that would see if the increase would happen for,
Whatever it's going to be, we would then do that ordinance in January.
to cover if there's an increment. Got it, okay. Okay, anybody else have questions for Roy? Anybody? No? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roy.
Okay, any other questions here that I have? Anybody? Nope. No? Yes, please.
I know everyone voted on adding the advertisement of RFQs. I'm going to add that as resolution 25-2 on the consent agenda. The actual.
310.
310, I'm sorry, yes.
And that's the RQs?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
The advertisement of RFQs.
So did everybody hear that? So on 25-310 is the re-advertising of RFQs that are needed, and it was so stated. Okay, I do see that we have authorization to hire Arcelio 3. I also see that we have authorization to move up Paul Hammer. Schma? Okay, and then we have the improvements for Howard Avenue. Now, if you go down Howard Avenue, and it's something new on Howard Avenue, there, they put up the, what do they call those lights that when you can crossing lights?
That's rapid flashing beacon system.
Which is good. It's right by the county park entrance, just up a little bit, with the crosswalk. So if you wanted to cross, you can push the button, they flash, so cars will either stop, hopefully they'll stop and let children cross the street. This is what we're looking for on, I believe, Chestnut also. I believe that was brought up, but
No, I'm asking, did they make a motion yet on this consent?
we have not. I'm just going through a couple of things, and then we'll move forward. And anything else, we have Matthew Field improvement too. You saw that, Matt, right? So we're good with that.
That's my name on it. Of course I saw it.
All right. So, yes, more? Okay.
One more question. John, do we have to take a motion in a second to authorize the Sendai meeting and reorg meeting date
Yes.
to advertise in the paper?
Yes.
Yes. So we're gonna make that one.
I make that.
You wanna do a motion, or you just wanna put it on the we'll have to make a motion, okay?
311? Yes, authorization of Sendai and reorganization meeting, date and time.
And the date and time we have is the 3rd, 11:30, and the reorg is at 12. So I'm gonna have to make a motion. I'm gonna do a resolution approval first and then make a motion? Or you want me to make
No,
a
it's
motion
going to add it to the
first?
consent agenda, right?
You want me to add it?
Yeah.
It's a resolution for that.
Right.
What number are you giving us, Dennis?
311?
311? Okay.
And then everybody can just vote on it in one motion. Okay.
Okay, so everybody has that now? 311 is for the Sunday, got to 11:30, and then the reorg is at 12. And that's 25-311, so that would be on the consent agenda. What else? That's it? Good? Okay, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda with resolutions?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truancy?
Yes.
And Mayor George Carvello?
Yes. All right, now we're going to have adjournment. Now, also, the next, like I just said, the next meeting is January 3rd. Sunday is 11:30 a.m., and the reorg will be held on the same day, January 3rd, at 12 p.m. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truancy?
Yes.
Mayor George Carvello?
Yes. Meeting is adjourned.
The last time I'm gonna ask
You know,
you.
we're trying